Are live.
Action. Welcome back, everybody, to the second episode of
We changed the name. First, it was the Hero Clix Power Hour show.
Hero Clix Power Hour show. It was kind of long.
Yeah.
So now, working title is What the Clicks.
I'm okay with it. I'm okay with the show's name, What the Clicks. You came up with it. I just want to make sure you get all the credit and
Thanks. And all the hate
all
if
the
it
hate
sounds
too.
horrible.
Yeah, definitely.
I know, it's a little corny, but we are working on it. And it should be good.
For now. I still think we should have gone with Power Creeps.
The Power Creeps.
But What the Clicks is fine with me, man. What the Clicks is fine.
We'll figure out a way to put them together. What the Power Creeps.
There you go.
So thanks for tuning in again, everybody. Last week we covered some information about a new set coming out. Today we have a couple of guests on the show, and not just somebody calling in on their phone, but we actually have some guests that we are going to show you live, and they're going to be coming in through StreamYard. If you've never seen how StreamYard works before, it is a great tool to have a interview with somebody virtually and be able to stream it to other people. So we're going to stream that to you very shortly. We have our guest, Mr. Alan Ellison, and later on we have Null, the symbiote, little God.
Yeah, little God, no.
But I'm sure he doesn't appreciate being known that way, but he'll be fine.
He definitely should be fine. I'll tell you right now, Noah is going to be an interesting conversation. I don't know how the reception is going to be all the way from the symbiote world or whatever.
The planet Clintar.
Planet Clintar.
You should still be there.
Yeah, so he's definitely there. He doesn't hit Earth until what? December?
Well, he's letting everybody know he's slow and steady heading there right now. As he's taking his time, because see, right now the Batman Who Laughs is taking over the DC universe.
Oof.
And he doesn't want to jump on his parade, and he wants to make sure that he gets all of the attention. So as soon as the Batman Who Laughs is all taken care of, then Null's going to come into the Marvel universe and really wrap things
those
up.
supervillains tend to be a little bit uptight, right, with their airtime. They don't like to share the spotlight. So definitely, we have some big supervillains on the way.
Oh yeah.
If you had to face one, though.
If I had to face between Null and the Batman Who Laughs?
Yes.
Oof, man, that's tough. So right now, the Batman Who Laughs has absorbed the powers of Dr. Manhattan through some really strange ways, but you'll have to read the comic to find out how he does that. And then you have Null, the symbiote god, who's literally a primordial entity with the beginning Celestials. I don't want to face either one, but I think I'd rather face Null, because I think he'll just take you out right away. Whereas I think the Batman Who Laughs is going to draw that out really slow, because he's still Bruce Wayne.
Just real quick shout out, Jeremy Childry, bro. Thank you for tuning in. Jeremy's like, the Batman Who Laughs is still around?
I'm telling you, DC is milking their little pony, man. They're going to get every dollar and dime they can out of the Batman Who Laughs.
Yeah, and before we continue with any of these topics, Jeremy, bro, after the show last week, you had me and Anthony dying, rolling on the floor, talking about doing a Hero Clix set
about cats.
Out of cats, bro.
Just cats.
Bro,
like a tabby cat, like a
you had
calico cat.
You had us dying, bro. And then me and Anthony actually jumped in on that conversation about which cat would be the chase that we're looking for, which cat would be the super rare. I would want to say, as far, because that conversation was hilarious.
It was.
The cat, let's say that cat with no hair. What are they?
Yeah,
called?
The hairless cat. I was thinking
Jeremy,
the same thing.
Jeremy, since you're a
cat
cat guy, right? And I can just imagine Jeremy just later on in life, probably getting divorced and his kids moved on to college, and he has like 50 cats in his home, and then he goes outside and does what cats do outside along with the cats. I can imagine Jeremy doing that.
Oh yeah,
because he's kind of like that person. So Jeremy, since you're a cat expert, What's that hairless cat called, Jeremy? And just chime in. We'll continue our conversation. And when you give me that answer, we'll go ahead and call it out live. But let's go ahead and continue with what we were
Sure,
just talking.
sure. Oh, we have someone named Gabriel. Hi, Gabriel.
That's right.
Alrighty. So I'm Anthony, by the way.
Sphinx. I'm sorry for interrupting you again.
The Sphinx.
The Sphinx cat. You're
the Sphinx.
absolutely right.
The Sphinx.
Would you, how much of a supervillain would you feel walking around with one of those hairless cats? From a scale of 1 to 10.
No, I would chill with a hairless cat, man. I love cats.
Yeah.
I love cats too, man.
Yeah.
Like Tony's got a cat, and that cat likes me more than Tony.
Yeah, definitely.
like,
that is true. That is true. And she doesn't like anybody, but she likes you. But from a scale of 1 to 10, how much of a supervillain would you be with a Sphinx as your pet?
Oh my gosh, top tier, bro. Like, not like God level. I would say maybe like Doctor Doom level.
Okay. I mean, that's a pretty big deal. All right. All right.
I mean, like, you have a little Sphinx cat. I imagine the character from Inspector Gadget, the claw guy.
That's true.
He had a little cat.
He did. And I didn't the guy from Austin Powers also have one of those?
Yes,
cats?
he had exactly that cat. He had no hair. Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna be bringing in our first guest. Let's just make sure that he's ready to go. Our first guest is Alan Ellison.
Mm-hmm.
He is running for Congressional District 17.
Yes.
I'm going to tell you right now, he is one of my favorite persons here in Highlands County. Local business owner.
Yes, he is.
He's a barber. Alan, you know, when we bring you on the show, I'm gonna just let him know you've abandoned me. Look at me, I look like a caveman, but you've been really busy out there campaigning, making sure that you're the best possible candidate for everyone. So I'm gonna let you slide on that. But I can't be looking like this on this show, bro. So we got to figure it out. You're gonna have to recommend another barber or something, because I'm starting to look like Beast from X-Men.
Hey, you know what? Okay. That's a good look, though.
It is a good look. What character?
Like Beast,
what character? Maybe Sabretooth. I mean, what?
Sabretooth.
Would you say? Would you say Sabretooth? I'm starting to look.
I'm gonna give you Beast though, because Beast, you know, he was super powerful, but he was also like a genius.
Let's go ahead and bring him on now.
So, let's see. There he is. Hello, sir.
How are you all doing tonight?
We're going to be, hold on 1 second while we put up your volume.
Okay, let's try that.
Yeah, Tony, I would go with the Beast.
The Beast. There you go, from X-Men.
Thank you.
Most definitely, man. How are you this evening?
I'm doing well. Yourself?
I'm doing great, man. I feel like I haven't seen you in forever, man.
I know, right? I mean, looking at that beard, it's been a minute.
It has been a minute. It has been a minute. We met earlier today on our sister group, which was Create Unity. That's more of a community outreach page that we're putting together. Just because though we're streamers and we love all this fun stuff, we have seen our county struggle, and we want to use our platform to help in any way that we can. And both Pillage and Plunder and Create Unity has thrown their support behind you. We feel that you're the perfect match for us. Everything that you believe in, we believe in. Thank you for being with us tonight. Alan, I talk to you all the time, so I'm gonna let Anthony talk to you a little bit. I don't want to hog you up, man. If it's okay with you.
That's fine.
So it's good to meet you officially, sir.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm glad to be here.
So one of the questions I have for you is, what are some things that you have noticed in the local community that you are able to serve that you need like immediate attention?
Well, the first thing we have to do is we have to look at these rising numbers. I don't know if you noticed, but today the COVID numbers doubled today in Highlands County. We have to have people who understand science. I mean,
yes, sir.
Science is everything. And if leadership doesn't understand science, then we're going to fall behind like we've been doing in this country and in this county. Like whenever we close down schools, for example, we closed down schools when there was only 500 cases. and then we opened back up when there was like 2,000 or 12,000 cases a day. And so it just doesn't make sense. But we have to bring common sense back. We have to lean on science. And then when it comes to like the economic aspect of our county, it is in decline. My business is downtown Sebring. 80% of the businesses down there are have closed their doors. And so
Yes.
running for Congress would give me an opportunity to leverage my seat to bring the federal resources to help small businesses, to help the schools, to be able to inspire, I guess, a new way of educating our youth rather than sending them back into the classrooms. And so when you think about this platform that we're on now, this is a great platform. We're able to reach people, communicate with people, and do it safely inside of our domains without having to go out. And so we have to just, look forward and try to tap into some of the technologies that exist, and because the future is now, the future is here, so we can't continue to go backwards. We have to move forward.
My favorite slogans out here right now is a new path forward. I hope you copyrighted that because if you didn't, I'm jumping on that. There you go.
Very nice.
I love that, man. I love that. Hey, I drink a lot of coffee, Alan. So where can I get a mug like that?
EllisonForCongress.com/shop.
There you go.
Yeah.
I definitely got to get me a mug. My Pam, Pam, my wife hates the fact that I go around collecting mugs. But I'm sure. I swear I'm a like he collects cats, and I collect mugs,
Oh
right?
my God.
So I'm sure Pam would not mind that mug though. So I'll probably have to make a decision, and what.
Look at that.
There it is.
Check
There it
this
is
out.
right there.
Hey, you know what? Pam is actually all right.
Oh,
So
oh, love those hashtags. Look at those.
hey, Alan, you know what? We have some. Yeah, look at that, guys. Look at those hashtags on that mug.
Yes.
That's some comments here. I'm just gonna skip anybody that's really not local here. So we got. Yeah, let's skip them. I mean, you know what I mean? It's like, we want to get local here, guys.
Let's see if we have any good
Okay,
questions.
all right. Here we go. We got somebody here saying, "Oh man, he's running for Congress in your district. He's good looking." See, I told you about that. I told you. That's a plus, bro. That's a plus.
Oh, wait, is that from you? That's from you.
We got my wife. All right, Alan is on. This is so cool. We have a lot of people saying this is cool.
Okay, here's a good one.
Here we go. As a congressman, how would you combat class inequality in our area?
Well, I think the thing we have to do is we have to start looking at our differences and start to appreciate them. So the first way we have to do it is we have to reform our educational system so that we can start celebrating the differences in our society, the different classes, different social economic statuses, because it really takes all of us as a nation and as a people to make this country do what it do. We're the greatest country in the world, but we're only great because of our diversity. And I think it starts with the educational system, making sure that people are that all walks of life are celebrated because everybody has brought their contributions to the society. But also, I think it's important that we start to elect leaders who speak with words of wisdom, words of unity, words of love. And if you look around our country, you see that there's not a lot of it. But when it comes to the social economic class, we have to look at those who have been forgotten about, left out, and we have to start putting together policy that can help bring those individuals up to a standard of living that we like to say having a better quality of life. Because if we don't have a better quality of life for everyone, then you're going to create those barriers between the races. You're going to create those barriers between people of different social economic statuses. So if it's not enough for me to be doing well, to see my neighbor not doing well, we have to get to a point where everybody wants to see everybody do well. And what I've seen is that you look at those young kids like age 9, they're more homogenous. They play the same video games. They're interconnected, and they're more together than any other demographic before them. And so I'm very happy to know that that demographic in 9 years will be turning 18. They're going to start voting. They're going to start putting the type of leaders into place that represents where they come from. So I believe our tomorrow will be better than our yesterday.
Amen to
I
that. We
love
love to
that.
hear that.
Yeah,
Definitely.
absolutely.
All right, we got now that was a good non-nerd question, right? So I picked
Oh, we got a nerd question?
We got a nerd question for
Okay,
you, Alan.
here we go.
Wait, he's smiling. Wait, he's ready for this one. But this is actually a really cool question, and Pamela wants to know. See, we got the ladies watching, we got guys watching. This is what I love about our show. It's very diverse. She wants to know, what superhero do you relate to the most?
Oh, I love this question.
That's a great question.
Actually, I want you to answer it also.
Other than I'm not going to eliminate any heroes. Go ahead, bro. Who do you relate to the most? And before you answer that, remember, you are a prince in an African nation. And
That's
we'll
true.
discuss that after you answer the question.
Well, the answer
I
that
believe
people
it. I'm
think
just saying.
He looks like a prince, right?
I agree.
All right.
I don't want to sway his choice.
You're right. You're right. Like he's like, his head is just getting. That's all right. Go ahead, Alan. Answer the question. Who do you relate to the most, superhero wise?
I would say Black Panther. That's who I relate to the most. But the person that I like the most is Superman. I mean,
Okay. Okay.
I mean, before just watching the Justice League,
Sure.
but
What
Superman,
characteristics of Superman do you appreciate the most?
all of them. I mean, he fights for America. He's about truth and justice. He has the microvision, the heat vision, the X-ray vision.
Yeah.
He's the man of steel. I mean, he's the model citizen that we all should be trying to be like. And so, I would say Superman is that guy. But the person who I'm probably most linked to would probably be, King T'Challa.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you
Wakanda
go.
forever.
Tell us a little bit about your. Now, I know I told you 15 minutes, man, but the people are loving this, man. I'm gonna have to hold on to you for a little longer, but that's okay. Um,
I'm ready.
awesome. Tell us a little bit about your princeship. When they made you a prince, and tell us the nation that this happened to. If you could, when you told me this story, man, it took you an hour to tell me the story. So if we could bring it down to about 5 minutes, that would be good.
Well, I'll try to condense something that took place over 3 days into 5 minutes.
Exactly. Exactly.
So it was just something that I went over there to do my humanitarian work, helping villagers in 4 local governments in South Kaduna State. The particular village where I'm prince is called Hamland, or Nok, and it dates back like 5,000 BC. They're the people that brought the global society from the Stone Age into the Iron Age. So they're the first producers of iron. So if you remember on the Black Panther, they had the vibranium, and that was the thing that kind of did it for them. Where in this village, or actually it's 4 local governments, it was iron, and they were like the warriors because they had the ability to have advanced weaponry when everyone else had wood weapons and
Wow.
stone. They had iron. And so I was basically in front of the king, and I was talking to the king about what he meant to me as a black man coming from America to see a black king that looks like me. And we talked a great deal about what I wanted to be able to do to help strengthen the relationships between African Americans, our nation, and their nation. As a congressman, we talked a great deal about international trade with their prized commodity, which is ginger and iron. And we talked about how to better suit their economy by renegotiating the terms of their trade relationships. And so the king was very impressed with me, as I was with him. And he spoke to one of his ministers. And it was just like what you would see on a movie, where when you're standing before the king, he's on a throne, and then he had his ministers around him, No one's head was above his head. And then he had the royal subjects. They were even lower, sitting on the floor in the palace. And I had the microphone and I was talking, I was addressing him. And then when I finished, one of his ministers, who's actually the ambassador to the United Nations, he walked over, grabbed the microphone, and told me that the king wanted to bestow upon me two royal titles. One was Commander of the Youth. So that's me commanding everyone my age and younger, which was about 150,000 people.
Wow.
And then they gave me the other royal title of Son of the Soil, or Prince. And I thought initially it was just like a namesake thing. I didn't know that it actually came with a great deal of responsibility. But when I came back the next day, they were having an orientation, not an orientation, a coronation ceremony. And there were like 400,000 people that came out. And this celebration lasted 3 days. There were a lot of dancing, a lot of ceremonial aspects of it. I got like a crown and all of these different things. And so, it was very humbling, but I did get a chance to learn a great deal about the history. I think I was telling your wife, Tony, about the tree of life. It's mentioned in Genesis, and that tree is the only tree like it in the world, and it's there, and it has healing properties. The monkeys won't climb on that tree, the birds won't land on it, insects won't crawl on it. When all of the other trees are barren and the leaves are falling off, these leaves never fall off. It has its own ecosystem, and it has a light energy that radiates in the darkness. So
Wow.
it's a very majestic place. When I went there, it was a sunny day, very hot, and it had mountains, and the mountains are made out of flint rock. And then as soon as it started raining, the mountains turned into a waterfall. So it was a very beautiful sight. But that's where I have my apprenticeship there, and like I said, I can identify a lot with the Black Panther because of obvious reasons.
No, most definitely. And I know a lot of people were just, I guess, what do you call it, educated on the Black Panther with the movies.
Yeah.
A lot of people, that was their first time meeting the Black Panther, whereas me and Anthony, we've probably read the Black Panther comics from way before the movies. One of the things in the movies, though, was his community outreach towards the end, right? So, when he realized he had to do more for the community than just secluding himself in Wakanda, and we discussed things like that. I got a couple more questions, and then we were talking about what this show is primarily about, Hero Clix. And you said you had a little list of Hero Clix that you would like to put together. So we'll go over that in a sec, but let's get some of these questions out from one of our viewers here. Let me see if I can pull her out again. Her name is Stephanie Luna. And Stephanie wants to ask, what are the best ways for those in your district to contact Congress to advocate for issues they are passionate about?
Wow, that's a great question.
Great question.
You can go to govtrack.gov, or just Google GovTracks. What it does is it allows you to put in your zip code, and based on that zip code, it'll pull up your member of Congress. Unfortunately, for a lot of people, most congressional members don't respond, which is why I'm running, because I don't want to be like them. I want to be the kind of person who is responsive to constituents' needs, because a congressman has, three major jobs. One of those jobs is to bring resources back to the state in which you represent. The other job is to write laws. But the one that a lot of congressional members don't engage in, but it's very important, and that is constituent services. Congressional members oversee literally every federal agency and all of the national laws in this country. So whenever you are dealing with a problem with the federal agency, it might be Social Security, it might be Veterans Affairs, it might be the Small Business Administration. There are 3,000 different federal agencies, and any one of you could end up needing some assistance. You should be able to contact your congressman at GovTracks and be able to either call or email, and you should be able to get a response, because a phone call from a congressman to a federal agency could mean all the difference for you in a rapid amount of time, because those federal agencies have to go through members of Congress in order to get their budgets approved. So that's how that's supposed to work.
Wow.
And your campaign
Fantastic.
manager, by the way, who I love very much, Aisha, she put all that information on our chat group for people to go ahead and follow through with this. Aisha, thank you for that.
It's actually pronounced Aisha.
Aisha.
Yeah.
I'm really bad with names. I could barely say.
Hi, Aisha. Yeah, don't worry. I got your back, girl. Don't worry.
I could barely say Alan. You know what I mean? All right, Alan. So we got one more question, and then I really want to hear your Hero Clix list, because we just started talking about the game, and you said you already had a list. So we're gonna get to that in a second here. This is from another local person here, but this is more of a softball question, right? What is the nerdiest or geekiest thing about you?
Well, growing up, the only books I really read was encyclopedias, and then by the time I got to high school, they put Encyclopedia Britannica on CD-ROM. So at my lunch hour, I was in the library or the media room and just watching Encyclopedia Britannica on CD-ROM.
Wow.
That's terrible.
I did that for 4 years. So
Dude,
for
that
years,
is-
they say, Alan, how
Did
did
you
you know
have
this
fun?
stuff?
Was that your way of having fun?
Yeah, it was fun for me,
Yeah.
and for you. People would ask me, say, "Oh, how do you know the stuff that you're telling me?" And I really didn't know. I didn't realize it until last November, when I thought about like so many people keep asking me these questions, and I was like, how's this information in my head? Because I
Yeah.
couldn't remember learning the information in school. But then last November, it dawned on me. It was because of those encyclopedias.
So you
And
should have been
so
on Jeopardy. We should have had you on Jeopardy then, man.
Who
oh
wants to be
yeah,
a millionaire?
Or Who
you got a
Wants to Be
show?
a Millionaire?
Yeah, let's make it happen.
Yeah. Give him a random question. Let's see if he knows the answer for it. Since he liked the encyclopedias, just a random something that you know the answer to
All
already.
right. Capital of Alaska.
Anchorage.
Bam.
All right,
Got
bam.
it. Got me.
That was super easy, bro.
You knew? You didn't know.
I knew that.
You did not know.
I
He
knew
didn't
that,
know.
bro.
He's playing it up,
my
but he didn't know.
God. All right, so check this out. My wife says that I suck with names because I barely remember my own kids' names, but I don't know where she got that from.
Yeah, he did not know the capital of Alaska.
By the way, I have one guy. It's not a question. He just wanted to express his gratitude for you being on our program.
Yes.
As a mixed person with little to no attachment to my culture, thank you for this. He just wanted to express how he felt. All right, Alan. So we're gonna let you go, man. I know you got. He's still talking about cats in there.
You have. There's one question here I have to ask because it's so random, but it says, "What is a bald cat called?"
The bald cat, the cat with no hair.
You were just talking about it earlier. Is it a sphinx? A sphinx?
Sphinx. There you go.
There you
Yeah.
go, yeah.
See, our show. Hey, we learn new things on our show, bro. I know you just learned that on our show, but you can thank us for that one. All right, let's go over your Hero Clix list, and then we're gonna let you go. I know you're busy. You need some sleep.
Okay, then. So my key word is politician, and
That's great.
so my team, Batman the animated series, Leslie Tompkins.
Of course.
Pound 007. Streets of Gotham's Commissioner Gordon, Pound 026. Superman's Fast Force Lex Luthor, Pound 004.
Of course.
JLU's Amanda Waller, Pound 40. Joker's Wild Black Lightning, Pound 014.
Oh, great choice. Black Lightning. Very good choice. Very good choice.
Marvel's Queen Shuri, Pound 016.
That's awesome, man. Hey, that's a politician's team. That's about 297 points worth of Hero Clix right there.
And you know what? With Chadwick passing away, I think they're leaning towards making Shuri that queen of Wakanda, and that would be really cool if that does go that way.
You know, I'm gonna give you a hard question on this, Alan. All right, so you know we're having fun and everything. What do you think about them making his sister or Shuri, the queen of Wakanda, other than getting another black man to be the king of Wakanda. How do you feel about that? Or another black character to come in and but a masculine or a male? Because I know there's a controversy going on with the woman empowerment movement, but at the same time, there's also that struggle where the black male is underrepresented. You know, so how do you feel about that? How does that make you feel?
Well, from a movie standpoint, I think it's fine. I think it's something that when you look at this, for example, uh, black men are definitely underrepresented in our leadership in America, but black women are underrepresented even more. Black women are probably one of the most educated groups in our society, but they're also the least paid. On average, a woman generally makes about 78 cents on the dollar as a man for the same work. And for a black woman, it's like 69 cents. So to see a black woman rise to power in the film industry and take on the kind of um, uh, power structure that King Chitala had, it would be a beautiful thing, and it would be an inspirational thing to a lot of young black women. But where I'm Prince, it isn't something that is unknown because the king or the paramount ruler, he's 86 years old. He's been on the throne for 50 years. But next in line is his wife. She's queen. And then there's a second queen. So I actually fall third on the list of succession of power. So for a lot of African nations, it's not uncommon to have a queen. Here in America, we haven't had a woman president. I mean, we finally got a vice presidential pick with Kamala Harris. And if something were to happen, she could become president. But I think it's time. Women have a way of caring for a nation, and I think right now we need a lot of care because people are hurting. I'm definitely not opposed to it. I support it. I think that women definitely need to be better represented throughout our society, not only ours, but in the global society. And here's the thing. There are certain places in Africa while I was there that if a woman lost her husband, she would descend to the very bottom of society. And whatever resources she had, whatever home she had, another man could come in and take that from her. And if she had kids, she would become destitute, becoming a beggar and homeless. And so to see that Shuri become the queen, that would probably revolutionize a lot of our societies around the world. And it would be a good thing, I think.
I like that. No, I like that
That's
a
what I
lot.
wanted
That
to
was
ask him.
perfect. Well, we can't ignore those disparities that you mentioned. So thank you for mentioning that as well. Those of you watching, we spend a lot of time talking about games and fun stuff, but there's some stuff that we can't ignore and we have to do better. We can do better.
Yeah. Any
Hey,
more
thank you.
questions?
Go ahead. No,
Are
it looks like all I'm getting is a bunch of hearts, man. I don't know what that means. Just a bunch of hearts floating through the chat. You know, I don't know. You could take it for what I don't know what that means, man. I think they love you, man. We definitely do. Oh, I don't know. I can't speak for you, Anthony, but I know
No,
I
you,
do.
you definitely have earned my respect in this
Definitely.
short period of time
Definitely.
of a conversation. And I think we run in a couple similar circles. We know a few of the same people. So, and they've only said positive things about you. So,
Yeah. Hey, whenever I'm doing these Zoom conferences, whenever I like turn my camera off, I have a photo, and whenever I come back, people say, "Oh, that looks like a superhero." So I wanted to show it to you.
oh,
There you go.
that's good.
That's great, man. That
That's my
that
Superman pose.
hey man, it looks like you're about to just just big old S. Just there you go. There you go. I love it, man. I love it. Hey, thank you very much for joining us, Alan. Let's not make it the last time. Maybe we'll definitely contact your people and get you back on. Talk some more Hero Clicks. See what else you come up with. Some more questions for the audience. Let's see here. Let me make sure that there's no more. All right, and just people just saying based off of your answer from Shuri as the queen, it would also attract more girls, especially girls of color,
Mm-hmm.
to the comic book world, and that's what's missing is that diversity in the comic book world. We're starting to see that snowball effect where
Mm-hmm.
more and more we see a lot of people in color in positions of power. He knows for a fact one of my favorite comic book characters. You should look her up. Her name is Amanda Waller from the
Oh, I
DC
know.
comic universe. Amanda Waller is ruthless. She the Superman has a little bit of Superman fears her, and I know that's your favorite superhero. He has mad respect for her, and Batman looks over his shoulder to make sure that Amanda Waller isn't behind him. Yes or no, man? Especially
Those are facts.
facts, man.
Facts.
Amanda Waller is one of my favorite characters. He'll tell you right off the bat. But Alan, once again, thank you. Good luck with your campaign. You definitely have a couple of voters sitting in front of you that are definitely supporting you.
And those of you watching,
Yes.
please vote. Whoever you like, make sure you do your homework.
I already did.
See, early voter.
Our tech guy,
I early
our behind
voted.
the scenes guy says he's already voted for you, Alan. So
And
Thank you so
whoever,
much.
absolutely.
Before I go, because you all asked me a lot of questions, but
Sure.
if I'm going to be your representative, then I need to represent your interests. So if you can just give me maybe two things that you all want to see happen
Okay.
in Congress, that would be great.
awesome. Check back. This is always going to be posted on our Facebook and Twitter and YouTube. Check back, and people they comment on it even after the show is finished. So just check back on it, man, and interact.
Okay.
I do have one off the top of my head. So what I've noticed in the school systems, and I have had the privilege to work in our middle schools, and I've seen like some of these disparities like firsthand, maybe not necessarily racism, but like seeing the underprivileged students depending on the demographic of the school and where it's like located. Because I know about redlining, like I know these things are like they exist and they affect they affect the students that attend to these schools and the teachers that work with these students. And if I had to say something, like if there was a way that we could truly stand by not leaving students behind, I've noticed like these suggestions for students to, hey, just drop out and just get your GED. And I have nothing against that. But when you have the opportunity to get a high school education and almost a full ride to college with bright futures and good grades, and even completing most of your college education while in high school, like I want to see that be the push, instead of like, hey, you're having a hard time coming to school, why don't we go to the college and get your GED? Like, there's nothing against that, but I don't want to see that as the primary option anymore. And it breaks my heart when I hear middle schoolers thinking like that's the road to take for them.
Yeah, I think what we should try to do is to have like education reform, so that we can have more programs in school that attract a wider demographic of people. Because if you think about it, most educational institutions have like this one size fit all approach to education,
Mm-hmm.
whereas the thing that might interest me might not interest you. And if you don't have what interests me in your educational system, then I may fall behind. Doesn't mean that I'm not as intelligent as the next person. It just means that I'm not necessarily interested in that. There are people that are more interested in coding or graphic design, motion graphics, or gaming, the aspect of designing games and stuff like that. If we had those kind of programs in our school system, you would probably see more people do better. I've seen kids go from at the bottom of the class and then go to one of those schools where it's based around the arts, and they go from being the lowest student to the highest student, just because they changed schools, and that the school was able to provide education around the thing that they love the most. And I think if we did that in our educational system, public education, we would have more people doing a whole lot better, more people being more motivated and inspired and ready to come to school. But that one size approach to education and how people learn, That's like a thing of the past, and we need to start looking at the future and how we can start educating our children, our students, for a better future, for a technologically advanced future.
And that's something that
Perfect.
we spoke about. We were talking about getting away from that industrial aged education system that we're still kind of treading in mud with, and
Mhm.
moving into a more futuristic educational system. But obviously, we can't do it unless we elect people like you, and putting you in positions of power to be able to implement the this change that we need. And like I said, these changes will put us on a new path forward. I love that, man.
That's a good
I
one.
love that.
Yes.
Alan, all right, man. I'm gonna let you go finally. Thank you very much, sir. Let's get this done, guys. Alan Ellison, U.S. Congress, District 17. Regardless of these are the types of leaders that we need to send a new path forward. I know my wife is watching. I want one of those mugs, please. We'll
Okay.
figure out which mugs I'll get rid of. But thank you for joining us, Alan.
Thank you all for having me. You have a
Take
wonderful
care.
evening.
Have a great night.
Have a great night. Thank you.
Take care.
Man,
Woof.
he was great.
I mean,
Great choice having him on.
yeah, man. I mean, he took up a lot of our time. He pretty much took over everything.
Man, I'm not worried about the time, bro.
Yeah, man.
I'm not
I'm
worried
gonna
about
tell
it.
you right now, Alan Allison is the real deal. I told him 15 minutes, but
I care about the viewers.
Yes, definitely.
The viewers, they like what they saw. They were interactive. And if we run a little bit over, they're not going to complain.
let me tell you right now, how can I limit that to 15 minutes, bro?
No, you can't. You can't. It's too organic. It was
It's
really important.
Great.
And those of you watching, if you don't necessarily agree with those views, that is okay.
Yep.
But the important thing is that you go and vote for who you do believe in, and you go you do your homework. Like, don't just show up and be like, oh, what is this amendment that I'm voting on? Like,
No, you gotta do homework.
Go online, like floridavoters.org, and you can look up the information on the ballots, and then you can do a little research on the amendments and on who you're voting for, who you're going to keep as district judges and stuff like that, and know who you're voting for. Don't just vote according to your party necessarily, because that person, they're devoted to their party. They may not be devoted to your values. So make sure the person you're voting for agrees with what you
Look, we're in this
passionate
world
about.
right now. We're in the gaming world right now. This is a gaming page, and just the way you guys study your little Hero Clix cards,
yeah.
with all the powers, and we do it. Me and Anthony do it all the time, and we like to go in future sets that are coming out. We do our research, right? We almost always, once they release the full character list, we almost always know what teams we're gonna start building.
Yep.
Right.
We know what teams we're building.
Yep.
We know what characters are going to be super powerful.
Yep.
Which ones we're going to probably put to the side.
Yep.
And you can do that research on your time.
And sometimes you go in right on that list and you're like, oh, I'm going to use these guys. But then later on, as you get to know the list, it changes completely. And it's the same way with voting. And we should start implementing these habits that we have on our gaming and implement it into real life application. Like, who's going to represent me in Congress in my district?
Yes.
Who's going to represent me locally? Who's going to represent me in the state house? These are things that we should also do, along with checking out that new Wonder Woman set that's coming out, and that new X-Men set that's coming out.
X-Men.
We're all guilty of it. We go into those sets, and we got a couple more minutes. We're gonna go ahead and run over the 8 minutes. We just have to, man. We had an African Prince on.
Well, I mean, we didn't start until like 7:15.
That's
anyway,
true. That's true. So we can end it at 8:15. It is an hour show.
Yeah.
So I think Null, God of Symbiotes. I think he's available. Am I right, EJ?
I mean, Mr. Ellison is going to be a tough.
That's going to be a tough follow. I think we should have started with Null first, and then finished with.
I think we might have scared Alan away.
Honestly, I think Null does. After seeing Alan Ellison, he might not want to invade Earth anymore.
Well, let's see. I want to hear from him. Null, where you at, bud?
Let's see here. I think he dropped off. He's like, you know what?
Well, we have we've invited Null into the chat. For those of you who don't know, or you didn't watch the last episode, Null is symbiote god. You know, like Venom and Carnage. They have their own little deity who started off all of that, and this is the guy. But we're having a hard time getting him.
I think after hearing the type of leadership that's going to be in place in the U.S.
Yeah,
he might not want a piece of us anymore, man. I think
he might ignore our district anyway.
He probably would.
It was like, you know what? I'm not gonna mess with District 17.
Now, District 17 is legit. It's legit. But let's talk about Null a little bit.
Sure.
The symbiote god coming up in December. Marvel Comics is coming out with Null.
Yes,
and it's gonna be
the King in Black.
The King in Black, yeah. It's gonna be like a universal type comic book
Lord of the Abyss.
Oh wait! Hold on.
Hear him.
The name is Lord of the Abyss.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, Null, Lord of the Abyss.
Thank you. God of the symbiotes.
No, you saw the type of leadership we're trying to put in place here in District 17, man. How do you feel about that? Do you still want to invade Earth?
Honestly, I was considering the fact that I probably need to, I guess, steal his codex.
You know what? I would not be surprised if Alan Ellison has a codex in him.
Yeah, he's got some otherworldly powers for sure.
Definitely. I would not be surprised if... Okay, so we're on this topic, right? Alan Ellison, one of the symbiotes attaches themselves to him. Who's it? Which symbiote is it for Alan Ellison?
Oh, it would be... I don't know. Like, no, what do you think?
No, which one of your symbiotes would attach himself to Alan Ellison?
I would make him Riot.
Right?
Yeah.
So I could see... Okay, Alan Ellison, Riot combination there.
Yeah.
That would be a little unstoppable, man.
If you haven't seen the Venom movie, Riot makes a really good appearance.
He does. He fights Venom. He's a bad guy kind of in that movie.
Yes, exactly. He would be his counterpiece. He would be his chaos.
That's true. It
would bring balance to him, and I could eclipse the darkness.
Well, I don't know. I don't think we can let that happen, no. And I'm glad you were able to join us today, because...
But if I have such a strong member like him, I don't think you could stop me.
I don't know. I think he's right. I think you're absolutely right. No. You're going to be invading. You're going to be fighting. If you do invade us, we got the Avengers. We got X-Men.
Yeah.
We got... Who else do we got that are going to just...
We got the Fantastic Four.
Yes. I've heard this from your, what are they called, media badgers or lawyers or those, what are the slimy things that talk a lot? Lawyers?
Well, that's true.
We got a lot of those.
There's a lot of lawyers in the Marvel universe. Did he say lawyers? Is this what he said? Lawyers?
Yes. I will make one promise, and that is this. I will not incorporate a symbiote to those things. They are just plain nasty.
Oh man. I know I got a couple of lawyer friends that follow us, so I hope they're hearing this. They're probably going to be immune to the Null invasion when he invades Earth in December.
You will not have a symbiote on
Definitely.
you.
So Null,
you guys have received a package of my Codex figures, correct?
We have.
See, you have already accepted the way of Null. You see the power of my darkness blade. You already understand what I'm here for.
Bro, he's right.
Yeah, he is.
We've already been influenced by Null.
You have already paid to profit for my arrival.
What have we done? Yeah. Everybody who has purchased the Spider-Man Venom Absolute Carnage set, you have kickstarted this invasion. And we're included because we've also bought a set.
Yeah.
We bought it twice.
Yes.
We bought it twice.
Kickstarter.
Anthony, what was the
Yes.
name of that character that we kept pulling that we were like,
Oh,
why is this guy-
Deathlock.
No, is that a joke? Why was Deathlock so common in these bricks that we got from us? Spider-Man, Venom,
Oh, well,
Absolute
you
Carnage.
don't understand. It was to explain to you how I can alter you. This man, Michael, I don't remember his last name. It's insignificant. Had a child. I manipulated him. They altered him mechanically, and I seen how well your bodies received it. Then the what is his name? Let me be like the Texion 69 Spider-Man, aka Peter Parker. Everyone, Peter Parker is Spider-Man. Just so you know.
No, that's
just
evil.
That is
Throwing
evil. He
that
should have
out
done
there.
that. You know, did he just
And
say
remember-
Tekashi 69?
Yeah, he did. Well, he combined them.
Did I hear Tekashi
Yes,
69?
yes.
Do you have some? I'm going to tell you right now. If
Tekashi 69. He
I'm
combined
not
them
familiar
together.
with these things. Who was the snitch again?
who? The snitch?
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
That's
Tekashi
Tekashi 69.
Yeah, you're
He's
right.
The one
the
they
one that
call
started
Snitch
snitching on
9.
everybody.
Yes, Snitch 9.
XXX, I think, was someone else. May he rest in
Oh,
peace.
the
and he
Dexter's
passed
the one I
away.
wanted to keep. Duh. He was the awesome one.
I know.
Yeah. I mean, that's
why?
what happens.
That's
But
it.
no,
I've
you
had
gotta-
enough. I will have to kill you all.
No, you got to watch out because you're the abyss. You're the darkness.
Yeah.
But with the darkness, there's also a light.
Yep.
And you got something to watch out for, no.
No, who do you fear the most? Not fear, but I guess who do you think is going to give you the most challenge once you reach Earth in December?
Well, after pulling enough information from your planet,
Did he just become British? There's no British.
He knows something.
the mythical creature called Squirrel Girl? Squirrel Girl?
Escargot?
No.
Squirrel?
Girl.
Oh, Squirrel Girl.
Are you familiar with this person?
Doreen Green.
Dorian
Yes.
Green Squirrel Girl.
She has the power to control squirrels, and she was once able to defeat Galactus, Thanos, and she even beat up Wolverine
She beat with squirrels?
with her fists, man.
Yes,
Oh, with her
but
fist.
you do understand that I have before took control of Norn Rad, the one that you call Silver Surfer.
He's right. Silver Surfer has
And he has
correct.
beat his own boss, Galactus, multiple times.
Wow.
And if I can control someone like him again, and this District 17 gentleman, I will reborn my abyss.
This was a mistake.
I think we just set up the world for failure.
This is too much
Yes.
power. We gotta.
Yeah.
No, thank you for coming on, but we. This was a mistake. We have set you on the path to success, and we did not intend for that.
No, there's never such thing as a mistake.
Noel, if
It's
you
an
were a
opportunity.
citizen, Noel, if you were a citizen of District 17, how would you feel about Alan Ellison representing you, Noel, here in District 17?
Well, since you live in Sector 2115, I believe he may be my top choice for everything.
Look at that. Nolan's endorsing Alan Ellison.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
But my problem is his light is so great. This change of things going forward. Maybe Noel may enjoy the light
Oh,
under
yeah.
his leadership.
Oh no. I thought we had more comments. No, apparently people are too intimidated to ask you questions. No, they're too scared.
Yeah, I
Ah,
see zoned in on their strength, but I think they were talking about Alan Ellison.
Yeah.
No, I got one question here. What kind of hierarchy or what kind of government are you going to implement if you are able to take over Earth?
Well, honestly, I pretty much chaotic free roam. Let people destroy, murder, blaspheme, much alike some parts of your world already. But
Wow.
leadership under the right
Oh my
person
gosh.
Woo.
may be able to be controlled properly.
Yeah, on the control part, I don't think you have too much of an issue. No, unfortunately. So we're gonna need superheroes and strong leaders.
Yes.
Yeah, to kind of
to resist this evil
yeah.
influence of Null, even
Definitely.
though you have a really cool costume.
Yeah, is it
Or is that your
It's
skin?
Is that
actually
your skin?
symbiotic armor, if you please.
okay? Well, no, thank you very much for calling in. Please spare us.
Yeah, spare
in
us.
December. I know you got bigger fish to fry, but once you're done with them, you know
I will spare your planet under one term.
what is that?
You all learn to play Clix. I hear this is a game of strategy.
Ah.
Maybe I will base the whole battle on a battle between me and the District 17 representative.
Oh wow.
I think it's gonna
A
be this is gonna
battle
be
of
like
notable requents where there are two people representing all of these people
what's the name of that?
in a battle.
District 12 or something.
Yeah, but what was the name of that? The name of that movie?
You bearded one!
There's two of us here.
Oh, you both have symbiote faces.
Yeah, we do. We definitely.
Yeah, this is
do.
definitely my symbiote.
Yeah, we should call this
Well,
like a bearded show. But
I guess
no,
we'll have to
thank you
fix
very
that if
much
it's
for
not.
joining us. Yeah, we're gonna have to cut off Noel because if not, he'll keep going.
And he will destroy the planet
We'll
before
have you
December.
Hey, in December, Noel, if you have some time during your conquest of Earth, we would love to have you back on.
Oh, yes, I only have one thing in December. Taking over the Kree homeworld.
Oh.
That's where it starts. That's where it starts.
Yeah, it shouldn't take long. They've ran away from the other races so far.
Well, everybody watching, stay tuned. Keep up with the series right now because Null is making appearances everywhere, and it seems like he is attracted to the Kree homeworld. But before he takes that, after he takes that, he's gonna be making his way here.
He'll be very powerful. You definitely will. Guys, that's all we got. Thank you very much.
We'll see you next week.
We definitely remember next week we'll have another great show planned. It'll be Thursday next week. So by Thursday, hopefully we have more information on our local elections, on our national elections. Either way, always when you can, just tune in. Remember, we're Pillage and Plunder Gaming.
Yes.
Facebook, YouTube, Twitch,
Yes.
Instagram,
Mm-hmm.
Twitter,
Mm-hmm.
and now TikTok.
TikTok.
And now TikTok. So the TikTok Pillage and Plunder Gaming. If I need to start shaking my booty on TikTok to get more viewers, I will. Maybe you could shake your booty a couple times.
We'll see.
You know,
We'll see how that goes.
I don't know how that works, but
We'll see if I'm allowed to do that.
yeah,
I have to check.
you
Everyone,
have to check.
vote or else.
Yeah. Remember, speaking of booty, we do have a program. If you're watching on Twitch and YouTube, for every 5 minutes that you watch, you get one booty point. Those booty points will be accumulated. They will be stored. Starting next week, we're going to have our loyalty program store. You'll be able to win free t-shirts, free hats, free mugs, everything using those booty points. So guys, the more you watch, the more points you get and the more loot you get. All right? So
Does this mean I received a booty point?
yeah, no, you did. You were here for. Actually, I know that you were waiting, so you probably have 15 minutes worth of booty points. No,
So with
And you
that
have
booty,
a loyalty program.
yeah,
Noel, you too can have a Pillage and Plunder
t-shirt.
t-shirt or hat.
That's true. He has nice long white hair. I don't think he would wear a hat, but a t-shirt he could rock a t-shirt.
I can see
Ooh.
that.
And we
A
do have
cape.
black t-shirts, no, so you could wear one of our black tees. I know that's your favorite color.
Maybe we'll get you like a gator. You can put it over your head.
We do have coronavirus on Earth, and that so you got to wear a mask when you come to invade us, Null.
Mm-hmm.
All right, thank you very much, guys, for watching. Have a great night.
You do have a symbiote, but thanks.